Okay, so now we're going to check out the sound fonts that I chose for the Saber. So we're going to go ahead and pull the kill key. First boot sound, and if you don't recognize that, which it's one of the more popular ones, that is pitch black. Now, I will say real fast that I had a hard time choosing the sound fonts. These were my top 3 picks. I'll get some more later. And I also have the originals that it came with, but I'm not going to look at those. Maybe at a later time. Now, you've already seen the color of the blade, and I already mentioned that the flash on clash doesn't work, unfortunately. So it's going to be less about the color and just more about the sound fonts. So the first one we have is pitch black. Now, on the Nano Biscotti V4, you only have 8 of the swings. The font comes with 16 total. Unfortunately, unless you have one of the higher higher soundboards, you're only going to get a few of the swings. And the same thing with the clashes. This is definitely one of my favorite dark side fonts. This one is a little more prominent out there. The pitch black is usually one of my dark side favorites. You may have seen this if you've watched the Saber videos or in the Saber community. You've probably noticed it out there. What really sells me on it is the hum, just the dark hum. The ignition as well it's insane. Unfortunately, I don't have the lockup or the blaster deflects. I'm working on maybe doing a crystal focus build later on, so I'll have those to share with you. So these will just be real quick. They won't be a full review of the font, but this is definitely my favorite. So we're going to go ahead and just move on to the next one. And if you couldn't understand that, that's Rogue, another very popular font from Mad Cow. You can check him out on YouTube. This is more of a classic lightsaber, but with some changes. Real quick, I will say I've been playing with the settings, so if you notice, the flickering is a lot more intense on this font. But again, we're not going to get into all the settings. But so here's the hum. Classic ignition. Now, real quick, it's just easier to talk without talking over the hum. You can check out Rob's video or Mad Cow on the full review of this sound font. It has a lot more features that it was optimized for the Crystal Focus board, not the Nano Biscotti. So a lot of the features are just not all there. I pretty much only have a limited amount of features with the Biscotti. Anyhow, one thing that I'll mention is that on the hum, you may be able to pick it up on camera. The Crystal Focus has 3 sensors, so whenever... I'll do this real quick. So whenever you have the Saber and it's holding still, you'll just hear the hum, but you're not necessarily like swinging it. But when you just have a light gesture or just a light movement, then it actually has its own separate sound for that too. You can still hear it in the hum itself, but it plays that way automatically because the Nano Biscotti does not support that sound. So let's see if we can hear it. very subtle, but I think it is a cool feature. Definitely one of my favorites as well. Again, check out Rob's video on the full font. And so the last one for today, definitely one of my favorites as well.
It is obvious that this contest cannot be decided by our knowledge of the Force, but by our skills with a lightsaber.
Now you should know what that's from. Obviously that's, if you don't know, Count Dooku from Attack of the Clones with his fight between Yoda, Anakin, and Obi-Wan. So, Count Dooku is one of my favorite Sith Lords, so I just had to get this font. The Ignition is one of my favorites. It's just a very loud, aggressive... Well, here. I can't get enough of it. It is just a crazy, just in-your-face ignition. And of course, the hum. And the retraction. So that's all the fonts I really have to show you for today. Again, I don't have all the features that I can show you. You can definitely check out these fonts from other YouTubers. They come with spins, stabs, force effects, of course the lockups, which are some of my favorites, and some combo sounds. But you can find those elsewhere, but this is what I have for the time being, so I hope you've enjoyed. For all those who appreciate the lightsaber scene, just want to thank you. I'll be uploading some more stuff about lightsabers later on. I'm working on some other colors, and sometime in the future I'll be getting a crystal focus board, so we'll have all kinds of more things, all kinds of crazy things to show you then. But again, until then, I'll see you guys next time in the next video, and I really hope you enjoyed the lightsabers, and I look forward to sharing more with you. So until next time, may the Force be with you.